Hello again. Please don't get used to me posting every day. This is not this is not going to be a regular thing. It's just been one of those weeks where I've spent more time at home than usual. So normally I wouldn't be home today, but my son is still slightly under the weather, so we're having a movie day today. They're nice and quiet outside though at the moment. Now, I'm actually not going to use a light seers. I've got it here. Well, it looks pretty, I think, on camera. But I just wanted to talk about it because the last two readings that I've done have been with the light seers deck. And look, I've had the deck for probably over 2 years, and it is called the Light Seers deck. It is one of the lighter decks, and it's usually lots of fun to play with, even though I always say you don't play with tarot. You don't play around with energies, not in this way, because it can be quite dangerous and lead you on wrong paths. But it is one of the decks that I like to use that I generally find quite uplifting. The colors are really vivid in it as well, really bright. But the last couple of times I've used it, particularly yesterday, oh my God, it's been very dark. It's like it's turned to the dark side. So I did ask about this last night, because it did baffle me quite a bit. I'm still not even sure if I'm going to keep the reading that I did yesterday. I'm not sure I'm going to keep it up. I was told that it's just a handful of people for whom that storyline is, it resonates. So I'll keep it up maybe for a day or two, and then I think I'm just going to pull it off, because it's really nasty stuff, actually. It's not nice at all. And yes, it surprised me because I wouldn't expect that from the Light Seers deck. But there's something in that. So I do need to start off by talking about that, because it has been retrospectively conveyed to me that this is actually symbolic. It is symbolic, or energetically, what it's doing is reflecting what's happening to certain people. So there are people who are currently, or even I was also told it's slightly older energy, so it may have already happened. People who have been exploring their shadow aspect. Yeah. Now, I can't really elaborate too much because I also have to do a reading for you, and I've got two boys outside. So if it interests you, please read Carl Jung. He's fascinating. But so the shadow, just very quickly, it refers to the parts of yourself that you're really ashamed of and don't generally like to look at. Certainly not exposed to other people as well. But the other thing as well is, and this does tie in because I briefly touched on a dream I had the night before last about deep sea diving with an orca whale. So that particular dream, it was I was reminded actually of something that I was told a little while ago, and it's that it's really important. I mean, you can never know somebody completely until you know what is. Obviously, we don't need to talk about the good things, yeah? It's pretty easy to get to see. Although, as I say that, I'm just interrupting that thought. Not really. It may not be that easy either, but okay. So I'll start with what I was going to say. So it's just interrupting myself all over the place. It's like five people are talking at once. The worst thing that somebody could do, okay, you never really know somebody until you know what is the worst thing that that person could do and what would drive them to do it. You never ever know somebody until you've seen that side of them. But what I was about to interrupt myself and say, actually, I think the reverse can also apply. Yeah. But this is not something I was told in a meditation. This is just off the cuff now. Yeah. I suppose, do you ever really know somebody until you've seen the very best that that person is capable of and what would bring out the best in them? Because I think both are equally true. But look, in regards to the dream, and right now, obviously, we are talking about the shadow aspect, but now moving away a little bit from the shadow aspect, I'm now talking about the dark aspect of someone. If we're talking about the light versus the dark, yeah. So now I'm not talking about Jung anymore. I'm talking about the darkest aspect of a person, the worst thing they could ever do. It ties into the dream of the orca whale, because in the dream I was down in the ocean, deep diving, and I was just absolutely, what's the word? Like stupefied. I was stupefied, stunned by the beauty of this creature, which they are. They're exquisite looking creatures. And that's all I was focusing on. But then it hit me quite suddenly that there I was deep in the ocean with an apex predator right in its environment, and that might not be such a clever thing to do. And so there's a couple of ways to look at that, because on the one hand, yes, we all know they're called killer whales for a reason. I don't like that term, by the way, and I don't let my boys call them that. I always correct them. So now they just call them orcas. I mean, we don't say killer lions, do we? Yeah, or killer tigers or killer sharks. Orca whales. But yes, they are. I mean, they do have a bit of a reputation for sometimes maybe not being so polite with how they kill their prey. But in terms of their danger to humans, I mean, typically they don't attack humans. There's little to no evidence of them ever attacking humans out in the wild. Only in captivity have they attacked humans. And I've read about this and watched documentaries at length just because they do interest me. And I mean, the circumstances of these killings, it's always, I mean, these whales are subjected to really heinous conditions. And so that ties into that. That's why I was reminded of this. You know, what is the worst thing that you could do? In the same way that the orca whale, the worst thing that it could possibly do to us as humans is only when it's under extreme duress. What is the worst thing that you or you know, somebody that you love, what is the worst thing that they could do, and what would cause them to do it? And for a lot of people, the lack of freedom will do that. Yeah, it will bring out the dark side of them. Okay. And that's going to be for somebody. I don't know who needs that message, or it may even just plant a seed and someday you'll remember it. Okay, but I'm not going to do the light seers deck because that was nasty. Oh, it's so funny. Now as I say that, it's looking at me. Don't. We're not doing it. Just to counteract that, I've actually brought out this deck. What is this called? The True Heart. I don't even look at the name of these things sometimes. The True Heart Intuitive Tarot deck. Now, it's a little bit of a present for you because I know yesterday's reading was horrible. This one is a deck, I think is the only deck, I'm just looking back at all my deck. Yeah, it's the only one that I don't use online. It's my special deck. I use it for me. I do love the energy of this deck, so I'm going to use it as a present to you to try and counterbalance some of the nasty stuff that this one brought out. But you know, 1, 2, 3, sometimes that stuff is better out than in. You don't want to suppress or definitely don't want to repress things. But what was the other thing I was going to say? There was something else I was going to say about this. Yes, that's right. I was also told that this light seer deck is picking up on slightly older energy, slightly older timelines. So for some of you, that may have already happened. It could be somebody you love or even yourself. Have you maybe, I don't know, in the last few years explored an aspect of yourself or experienced a side of yourself that you never thought you'd see? 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. It would have served a purpose. I'm really feeling called to say that as well. It would have served a purpose. It didn't happen for no reason. All right, let's start with 3. What do you want to say, universe? 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Devil. Oh, what? This is supposed to be my nice deck. Why are you doing this to me? Oh, God. Well, this is our shadow aspect. Yeah? in this deck, what am I looking at? Oh, yeah, I'm seeing all those skulls there as well. And I just heard heads will roll. Okay. Yes. So I guess the thing with the shadow aspect of it is, or the dark aspect of ourselves, they're two separate things, yeah? It becomes a problem when other people get hurt. It does become a problem when other people get hurt. But at the same time, you don't want to repress this, okay? So... yeah, now we're going back to, sorry, another confusing reading. What's going on? I'm going to be left with no viewers, truly. Just jumping from topic to topic. But now I am going back to Jung. Yeah, you want to bring out your shadow aspect in healthy doses. Yeah? Okay. But this is actually beautiful because I don't know if I said it or not. I don't know if I said it or not, and I meant to say it. Certainly, if I didn't say it, I meant to say it. If you're going to love somebody, you have to love all of them. You got to love both sides. And look what's poking out just to verify what I'm saying. We have the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, you've got to love both sides of them. And that's another message. Now I'm remembering. It's so beautiful when the cards, they don't tell me something, but quite often they make me remember things because I get a lot of information. And they, yes, it's just jogged my memory. So, if you're going to love someone, you have to love both sides of them. But the other important thing is in a real connection, yeah, a deep sea dive, let's say, for a deep sea dive, you want to feel safe. And I mean safe in the way that somebody can see this side of you and you know they're still going to love you. And you have to feel this way about them too, yeah? Otherwise, maybe settle for a more superficial type of collection. What? I'm going to unpack that Freudian slip later. Collection. Definitely didn't mean to say that. Okay, maybe go for a more superficial connection or a collection of superficial connections. Yeah. But if you're looking for something that is really, really deep and profound, you're going to have to accept this side of them as well. Okay. All right, let's get three more. 1, 2, 3. I'm glad I did this reading. I don't care if only 5 people watch it. Those 5 people are going to love it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We have a King of Swords. Okay. So I'll just get all 3 of them. Yep. Got it. Do I have it though? Okay. Well, I'll come back to that. I don't know about that yet. I can't process everything at once. Oh, right. Okay, that does help. Thank you. Okay. So we have the King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and we have a Hermit. And then we have the Hangman and the Seven of Swords. I don't think I'm actually going to get any more here from this deck because I'm not feeling it. I got to go with my feelings here. And I'm also conscious of my boys maybe wanting to come in shortly. So I'm going to try and wrap this up quickly. I have a King of Swords here. I'm feeling a man who is who has always been very logical, I'm going to say temperance. I'm seeing the temperance card, okay. Very patient, really able to see things from a very objective angle. I'm getting that these 2 are a couple, possibly married, and something is happening within him, or reverse genders if you need to, okay? It's just that he's the one whose energy I'm feeling really strongly right now. It's jumping up at me off the card. I feel like he's about to get up off that chair like a jack in the box. He's really taking a deep sea dive. The Hermit card is all about going within, and I feel like he's suddenly becoming, or maybe not so suddenly, but see how now he's upside down and he's having an epiphany here. The crown chakra is lit. He is realizing that what he has with his current person is not that, okay? So it's something that maybe served its purpose for a time, but 7 of Swords, yeah? And he's got his fingers crossed behind his back. He's not feeling it anymore. And the other energy here, the Devil, is, the ties that bind us. Sometimes we feel like we can't leave somebody, particularly if there are, other people who are going to be affected by the decision. Okay, well, I feel like I want to get... Yeah, why did I just randomly... See, that was a completely involuntary movement. And I've opened it. This is why I love having the camera on the cards and not my face. What are you going to get out of my face? Okay, 2 swords, a decision, a crossroads, okay? He has a choice to make. That's just confirming everything I just said. Okay, remember, please, that feminines, you can be in your masculine energy, okay? So this is about energy, not about gender. And when I talk about the Empress or certain things like that in readings, please always remember that you... Did I just... No, never mind. Okay. You can just ask yourself what energy you are in. Generally, the feminine energy is going to feel more receptive, and the masculine energy will feel more proactive. There's a lot more to it than that, but 1, 2, 3, that's what I want to say on it right now at this point in time. And I do feel like this masculine or this person wants to take some kind of action. They're sitting on their sword right now. But there's weight. I don't know, I'm feeling weight. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I don't want to apologize, but I'm sometimes when I feel a certain way from the cards, it's not always easy to instantly articulate it. Especially because, just me personally, I tend to be quite, a little bit more on the emotional side than the logical side. I've got both, but the emotion tends to, especially when I'm doing readings like this, the emotion tends to come first, and then I have to try and find a way to articulate that. What I'm trying to say, I feel like he's got weight on that sword. Like, it's not weak. That's what I'm saying. His energy is very strong. He's holding that sword with a great deal of strength. It might just not be time to act right now, but I think he certainly knows where he's going. Of course, people can change their mind, free will being what it is. But right now, I feel he really feels like there's somewhere he needs to go, something he needs to do, and he's still going within while he just double checks. Yeah, just double checks. He wants to be sure. Whoa, did you see that? Okay, I was going to get 3. The universe says, no, let's do 4. What have we got? Oh, what? Shift. Can you see that? Shift your perception. Yes, I just said, let's show it to you again. I said he's had a change in perception or whatever it is. I said something to that effect. That's what the hangman is. Yeah, he's upside down now. But interestingly, what he always thought was right was upside down. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's seeing things differently. And we have the high priestess. And this is, again, this is about, don't mind gender, but this is about listening to your intuition. Yeah. And his higher self is going crazy right now, giving him all sorts of information all over the place. But this is also the high priestess. This is also, I feel there is a woman that he is quite drawn to. And that's a huge understatement, by the way. And that's where he's feeling pulled to go. And he is a high priest. Yeah. Because spiritually, they're already together. They just got to get it going on down here too. Now, what is good? This is the same one that came up the other day. I spoke about an interloper, possibly another man coming into the picture to provide a little bit of competition. Let me see what else I get off him this time. Ignite your passions. I'm feeling a Page of Wands energy though. And I spoke a lot about that yesterday. In yesterday's reading, I spoke about the Page of Wands and the Vitality card came out as well. I feel like he's ready to do that. Yeah, he's ready. It's time to feel alive. Shaman, trust in higher forces. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, his higher self. He needs to trust the guidance that he's been given. Listen to that owl. Yeah, the owl knows best. Are we going to get anything else? Sage. Now, I don't know this deck. So I've seen these two cards already because I used this deck in a reading a few readings ago. I've only seen six cards in this deck. So if I'm not getting anything, I don't want to pretend that I am. Not here for that. Sage, be devoted and committed. Well, yeah, I mean, be devoted and committed to yourself, to your happiness, and what that really looks like for you. Other than that, I'm not getting anything off him. I mean, his energy is nowhere near as strong as this guy right here. Yeah. All right. Will we get 3 more? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's get 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's a yuck. Maybe he doesn't want more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Am I getting anything there? No, not really. Winter, take care of your needs. I feel, oh God, I feel like somebody wants someone to cuddle up to in the winter. But that it feels actually genuinely nurturing. Those are the needs that I'm getting here. Yeah, look, getting the puppy dog eyes here. Yep, somebody wants a cuddle. That's what I'm getting. Broken arrow. Maybe something that somebody once felt was, let's say, the bullseye is not anymore. Yeah. Things change as we change. Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. This speaks to breaking ancestral curses. But I don't think I want to see your seeds grow in spring. Oh God, I just got fertility, and I've been talking about fertility quite a bit actually. Well, okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone though. What's this? Shapeshifter. Yeah. Yeah, if it was a deck I was familiar with, I'd have a lot more to say just off the cuff. But that's okay. Am I getting anything off you? Move beyond ancestral patterns? No, not really. Not really. If it's for you, I think you will feel that it's for you. I've spoken about ancestral patterns before. I mean, even the Bible talks about it, how the sins of the father are visited upon the child. But, quite often, that's a whole other reading in itself, though, isn't it? Things do stay in your DNA from generation to generation, yeah? But also, even just in the physical sense, the things we observe in our parents. Do I want to get no, because I am getting a message. Look, if it comes up in the next reading, I will. It's more to do with the effects of things like divorce on children. But that's going to make this reading really long. So we'll see. If it comes up again, I'll touch on that. All right. I don't know why do I feel like doing this. I'm probably going to regret this. Should I? Nah. All right. You know what? I'm just going to do this just for shits and giggles, just to see if the Lightseer deck is still being nasty today. 1, 2, 3. Let's get 3. 1, 2. No. I'll try again. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the same page of cups I was talking about the other day. Not going to talk about you. 1. Oh, what? It's not being nice. Did you see that? It's not being nice. Wow. Okay, it's just violently flipped the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, I mean, the Ace of Swords upright, we want that. That's good. That's clarity. That's epiphanies. That's making decisions, being decisive. Upside down can be, so many things. Bad information, especially when you got a Queen of Wands upside down. She is not nice. I'm not going to. But, if I am going to actually say something helpful here, you can, I am also feeling this as somebody has realized this is not what they want anymore. They don't want, because Queen of Wands is the most superficial card in the deck. Somebody's now realized, I don't want a superficial connection anymore. Once upon a time, it was what I wanted. Now it's not what I want. Yeah. So everything's upside down, which does relate to the Hangman. So there, I found a positive in it. But that's one layer of meaning, but the initial layer was, whoa. It's, the Lightseer is not being very, very nice. Because Queen of Wands reverse is a nasty character. And the Ace of Swords, it could be, potentially somebody making a bad decision. Well, what did I just say? I said somebody making a bad decision. This is somebody who's made a bad decision in a picture, and I'm not actually going to elaborate on it. I just wanted to see, that's all I said, just for fun. So we're still in a bad mood, Lightseer's deck, fine. Okay, now I do have a reader that I listen to every day. You know who you are, because I know you watch me too. I get intel. And I've noticed you haven't been playing with this deck like the last few times. So I would like to see you, can I put a request, please? I want to see you pull out the Lightseer's deck. Please pull it out because I want to see if it is behaving the same way for you, okay? Don't make me have to go and watch another reader to see, because I know lots of readers use this deck. Anyway, I knew there was. You know how before I said sorry? I knew there was a card. Will we? There was a card in there, and I was like, oh, no, there isn't. But there is. What is it? So funny. Snake. Shed old skin. I'm going to put the snake right under the snake. Shed old skin. Yeah. Oh, wow. That is a full stop right there. Something that you once chose. It's time to let it go now. Wow. Okay. What a reading. I will see you soon.